Hi everyone! Great that you considered joining the ReThink Food Challenge. My name is Marta Eggers and I'm here to tell you everything that you need to know about this challenge journey. If you have any questions, please ask them in the chat and my colleague Rio will answer them after the presentation. The ReThink Food Challenge is an initiative of Wageningen University and Research, which is Life Science University in Wageningen, the Netherlands. So what is this challenge about? The ReThink Food Challenge is an open innovation student competition where you develop a business idea that offers an innovative, circular and sustainable approach to growing food on Earth. And we challenge you to think about it from the perspective of space farming. And the reason is that space farming, we think it can offer a radical and innovative perspective for thinking about food production on Earth. And why is that so? Think about it. If you go to space and you are on this small spaceship capsule, you can only take very limited resources with you, and also you have to be very smart about how you go about waste, because anything that you waste stays with you there. So it forces you to be more resource efficient and also think in a more circular way. I already mentioned that it's an open innovation challenge where you come up with a business idea. What does it mean? It means that at the end of the challenge, so if you make it to the finals and you pitch to the jury, you have to have a very solid business proposition with you. And what does it mean? It means that you have to know very well about it. Like you have to explain very well how is your idea solving a problem that you identified at the start of the challenge. In what way and how is it? You have to prove that it's economically feasible, so that it makes money and not makes you lose the money. That it's technically possible, feasible, that it's sustainable, that there is market for it, and you have to present it in a clear and convincing way. And we encourage you in this challenge to think in two different tracks. One of them is indoor farming, and another is alternative protein. And the reason for that is, of course, also related to space farming. So if you are in this spaceship, you have to produce your food indoors. So you have to think about the indoor production systems, and taking big animals with you as a source of protein, it's not possible. That's why you have to find alternative protein sources. And if you are looking for ideas, you're not sure what ideas are feasible for this challenge and what not, we put in the chat a link to a document where we present some suggested topics you could work on. And I would also like to invite you to the ideation workshop, a hybrid workshop that will take place on 10th of December. And during this workshop, we also help you to come up with some ideas that you could work during the challenge. Then who can participate in the challenge? Good news is almost everyone. So the challenge is open to students from all over the world, of all different levels, so bachelor, master, and PhD students, and with all kinds of academic backgrounds. What is important is that you are interested in topics such as food production, space farming, alternative proteins, indoor farming, sustainability, circularity, also innovation, business idea developments. If you have one of those interests, then you are a perfect match for this challenge. Also, fresh graduates can participate in the challenge. However, for PhD and fresh graduates, there's one important rule. They cannot exceed 20% of a team composition. So if you have a team of 5 people, then you can have 1 PhD student or fresh graduates in such team. And then for a team of 10, it's 2, and so on. Now, how does the challenge work? The challenge is spread over 4.5 months, and it consists of 3 selection rounds. The selection rounds, that means that only propositions, reports, milestones, teams who fulfilled the minimum criteria or the criteria of the challenge can make it to the next round. So there is a selection. Don't be too stressed about it at the beginning because it's really about meeting the criteria and then making it to the next round. At the finals, it's really about whose idea is the best. And then when you think about the logic that the challenge follows, it's the logic of developing a business proposition. So the rounds are divided into ideation round. That's the first round, where you actually focus mainly on exploring your initial idea, improving and presenting it in an attractive and clear way. Then there is a second round where you actually work on collecting data, information that supports or rejects your assumptions, and also on improving your initial idea so that it becomes a good, solid business proposition. And then hopefully at the end of this round, you have a good proposition in your hands. So the third round is really about presenting it. So how do you sell your idea to the jury and to the world? And especially if you consider taking this challenge, this idea to the next level and going on as a startup, this round can be very useful for giving you tools on how to present your idea to the world. So now I will go a little bit more into the detail about each of the rounds. I will explain what you need to do and also how we help you to make it a success. So maybe what is important to mention is that in every round, there's an assignment you work towards, and those assignments, they kind of are designed in a way that they at the end, you have this good business proposition at the end of the challenge. And what we try to do is we try to support you in developing your ideas and also developing your final report. And we do it in 2 ways. We provide you some important tools, and we also give you a chance to get feedback on your products. So the first round, the ideation rounds, it's a little bit more than 1 month. And at the end of this round, you need to provide a report that consists of 8 A4 pages. And in this report, first of all, you describe what is the problem that you try to address with your idea, and also what is your broader vision. And then you present your solution and validation plan. Validation plan is about how in the next round, if you make it to the next round, you are going to check if your assumptions that you made about your solutions are correct. And about the tools, so in the first workshop of this challenge, pressure cooker workshop, we'll provide you a framework and some tools on and also some feedback on how to actually develop a good business idea. So you take your initial idea and then you work on it, you improve it so that you have a good basis. Then you present it to our coaches and they give you feedback. So you have a couple of days between those 2 events. And then you have 2 more weeks to finalize your idea and submit it as a report for the selection committee, who will decide if you will make it to the next round. So the next round is about technical and business validation of your idea. So checking if actually it all will work, and if not, what are the weak points that you can improve and make it work. For the technical validation, you do it at home, at your home university. We encourage you to secure the support of your professors of your university, maybe in doing some prototyping. If you don't have that, well, you can do it also in your kitchen. For the business validation, that's where we come with some support. The first thing that we offer in this challenge is the validation workshop. So during that workshop, you will find out what are different tools that you can validate, what even business validation is, and what are the tools that you can use. And you will also start using those tools and validating with the experts that are attending the workshop. Then we also organize online consultations. So there will be a number of coaches from the industry, and you can pitch your idea to them and ask them for specific questions. And they are a little bit of your kind of, soundboard in a way of telling you very honestly, does this all make sense? Or maybe there are some weak points that you need to improve. And I can give you an example. So in one of the challenges that we organized a couple of years ago, we had a team and they had the great idea of using the silkworm waste for, so when you produce silk, you use the, you have a silkworm that are kind of left over, and they were just thrown away, and they are rich in proteins, so that the team was considering using those silkworms as a source of protein for human consumption. But during the validation round, they discovered that actually it's super difficult to actually introduce to the market a new food product. And then they talked to their coaches, and one of them suggested that they could explore the animal food market, especially for the pets. So then they thought, okay, so we can use this protein not for human consumption, but to produce snacks for dogs and cats. And actually, they were very successful with this idea. They won the challenge, and recently they introduced their first products to the market. So I use this example to show you that this business validation is very important. It's not only about checking if your idea is or not going to work, but also using the findings from all the discussions and all the research that you do to improve your idea. At the end of this challenge, you need to provide a report and also social media pitch. In the report and social media pitch, you have to explain very well what is your vision, but also for the first time here, you have to define the market for your idea, and then you have to present your solution again, but then the improved version, and also you have to provide evidence that it's technically and economically feasible. And during the demo day, it will be a digital hybrid demo day. We'll present all the ideas, and the selection committee will decide who will make it to the final round. And we have placed for 10 teams in the finals. And those 10 teams will be given training in pitching their ideas. So now I'm moving to the final round. The pitch round, it's relatively short round. Here you really focus on perfecting your sales pitch. Because at the end of this round, you need to have a very good 3-minute video pitch that will be submitted to the jury, who is your kind of business panel. And you have to have a poster presentation, and that's what you will present at the grand finals on 27th of May. The grand finals is in Wageningen, and the teams who are invited to the finals get some budget for traveling, accommodation, and also for food for being here. And of course, they make chance to win the main prize, which is 7,000 euros for the winner. But they also get exposure of their idea. And in this final round, you get support of a professional pitch trainer. She will explain you what are the main ingredients of a perfect sales pitch, but she will also provide you a very in-depth feedback on your on the pitch that you have. So this is, we say, it's also a very valuable part of the challenge, because you learn a lot from her and her feedback. So this is how the challenge works in the nutshell, and also what are the important deliverables. We are going to share with you the challenge handbook. And in that challenge handbook, you will find the timeline of the challenge described more in detail, as well as the list of deliverables. So what are the exact things that you need to describe in your reports or in your videos or posters, but also you will find there a list of criteria. So what are the criteria for judging my entries? So please check that one in carefully. Then I wanted to tell you about an important and very exciting part of the challenge. So you are not alone in the process of developing your solutions. As I already mentioned, we are there to support you. There are some experts who will provide you feedback. And we have a number of coaches from the industry leaders. And those coaches are there for you to answer your questions. So you can approach them at any moment of the challenge. We'll also showcase your ideas to them, so they might also reach out to you if they find your idea interesting and they would like to talk about it more in depth. And this coaching, well, it's a way to get to get feedback. Of course, I already told you they are your soundboard, but you can also use it strategically. So it's also a way to get a better idea of the industry. Many of those companies are looking for talent, so you can kind of profile yourself, present yourself to the industry, and hopefully you will make a useful connections that will help you with your next step, whether it's a startup or looking for a job in one of those companies or another company which is in which might be in a similar sector. A couple of important details. So we often get questions about how much time it will cost you to participate in the challenge. Well, for us, it's very difficult to say it exactly, but roughly think about 1 day a week, so 8 hours a week. And of course, there will be some moments in the challenge where you will work more hours, so especially around the deadlines, and probably some parts of the challenge where you will be a little bit less busy. And that might also depend on your role in a team, but I think 8 hours a week is a good estimation. Then I already mentioned about another thing, which is that max 20% of PhD or students or fresh graduates can participate in the challenge, which again is, if you have a team of 5, it will be one such person. Then about the events, I have also presented you a list of events that are part of this challenge. And you might be wondering, how can I join them? So for people who are located in Wageningen or in the Netherlands, they join live here at the Wageningen campus. For people who are abroad, and I know that already many people from all over the world have registered for this challenge, you should join the challenge online. So all the events will be hybrid. If you have other questions, please put them in the chat, and my colleague Rio will answer them after the presentation. But those were some of the questions that we get very often, so that's why I mentioned them. So now, why should you join this challenge? I hope that I made you a little bit excited about what is going to happen in this challenge. I think it's a really amazing learning journey where you will develop many different skills. You will, of course, learn a lot, and you will develop also skills that are great to show on your CV. So, I think that's an important thing to consider. Also, I already mentioned that it's an opportunity to build a network with students with similar interests all over the world, but also with the industry leaders and all coaches that will be involved in this challenge. And that's also leading to the next point, which is about lifelong connections. Mostly you will be working within your teams, and some of the people you will meet in this challenge journey, they might be new, but maybe new best friends. So it's a great way to kind of become part of a bigger community which has this interest in innovation in food production. For the participants of the second round and the finalists, we provide a certificate. And I already mentioned about travel and accommodation budget for the finalists. And then there is the first prize, which is €7,000 and exposure at the Green Tech event for the winner of the challenge. There is also prize for the second place and for the third place, which is also significant amount of the money. And also those teams are invited to Green Tech, and the Green Tech is a major horticulture fair in the Netherlands that happens every year in June. So I think there's enough to get you excited about the participation in this challenge. So now, if you consider joining, then remember about the registration deadline. It is 18 November. By that time, you have to click on join on our website and make sure that you fill all the fields and that you are registered as official participant. However, that's not everything. After you register individually, you need to form a team. So being a part of a team is an important part of this challenge. Your team should be at least 2 people. There is no limit on how big the team should be. We encourage you to find people with different backgrounds, so you complement each other. Maybe one person who is great with, who has a lot of knowledge about business ideas, while other people are more technical experts. I think that's a great combination. So you really need to find a team. And by 9th of January, you need to register your team on the website. Everybody who has registered for the challenge have received from my colleague Yejin instructions on how to create a team. So I hope that everything is clear. If not, we'll explain it after the presentation as well, more in detail. And if you are looking for team members, we also, if you register for the challenge, we provide you some overview of opportunities to find team members, so you can fill in your team personal profile, and then you are visible on the website and other people can approach you. You can also approach other people who are looking for the team. So if you click on that option, we are sending you a link to a document where you can find other people who are looking for the teams. You can leave a message on a pin board so that other people can find you. And you can also join the validation workshop on 10th of December, which I already told you will be about finding a great idea, but it will be also an opportunity to meet some other people who are also looking for the team and are interested in similar ideas. Of course, people who are here today online, you can also make yourself visible to the others and say that you're looking for a team and leave your message, contact details in the chat. So there are many ways to kind of try to find a team, and we really encourage you to do it yourself. If you are not successful in that, we might put some people together in the team, but from our experience, we know that the teams who form naturally, they're much more successful in working together. So I hope it's clear. If not, we will explain you it more in detail in the after the presentation. And then I would like to finish by encouraging to go to our website, read more about the challenge if you still have some doubts. And otherwise, we hope to see you in the challenge as participants. Join the validation workshop on 10th of December, and definitely the kickoff event on 14th of January. Thank you very much.